This is the one I wanted to get to earlier, but hey, it's not too late. Give all the introverts a chance to breathe. So here's why I think the introverts can become great networkers. Guess what? We all know how to have fun, even if we haven't exercised that ability in a while, right? We all know how to have fun, and the theme of this is making networking fun. So part of it is just kind of creative. Like you just think, well, how could it be fun? Any conversation, right? So there's also beyond that, what I think is like a key superpower that introverts have in networking is there's this preference to have a conversation with just one person, not walk up to a table where there's 3 or 4 or 5 other people, but just one. We're very good at that, right? We're comfortable in that element as a true introvert, right? I'm not talking the ambivert, but a true. But either way, right? So that's also advantage, and what that means is there's a curiosity when we build up that courage to walk across the room and to talk to someone or to talk to them online, whatever the case is, or the phone. It's like we also know how to ask questions. This kind of comes more natural because guess what? Our tendency is not to talk about ourselves so much, right? So you can ask questions, and you can also do follow-up questions, which is really good because just look, people like to have people be interested in them or what they have to say even, right? We go through a given day and we wonder, God, I don't think a single person listened to what I said. By evidence of how and maybe they really did, but just us, it didn't come across that way. So that's also really an advantage, I think, is just being able to listen, right? The ability to listen and ask a question, right? So the challenge is still going to be, right? You still have to speak up in that conversation and talk about yourself at some point. So that's the part that's the challenge. So here, let's just quickly reverse that, right? Let's say I'm more extroverted and I jump in there and maybe I'm just surely nervous. I actually do the opposite. I start talking more about myself because I'm so nervous, right? Well, how does that come across in conversations? Like, okay, this person's never given me a chance to talk or say anything about me or ask them questions, right? So, but they could talk, right? So that is an advantage. There is that courage to talk. But when I think of conversations and networking, I try to be more strategic about it, right? What are those questions I want to ask ahead of time? And so there's no wrong or right. It's not best if you're an extrovert or if you're introvert. This is just a reminder to introverts. These are your strengths and play upon those, right? Because they will serve you well.